Hello and welcome back to the Senior Men's Health channel. You know, we talk a lot about taking control of your health on this channel, and a huge part of that is what you put into your body. We've covered everything from vitamins to healthy foods for better erection. But today, I want to dive into something that might completely change how you look at your breakfast bowl. We're going to talk about fruit. Now, I know what you're thinking. Isn't all fruit good for you? And for the most part, yes, it is. But the truth is, not all fruits are created equal, especially when it comes to one of the most vital parts of your male health, your testosterone levels. I've seen it in my practice. Men who eat what they think are healthy fruits every single day, yet they still struggle with low energy, reduced libido, and all the other signs of low T. So, get ready for a wake-up call. I'm going to reveal something that might shock you. I'm going to tell you about 5 fruits that you should seriously consider cutting back on or even cutting out entirely if you want to protect and boost your testosterone. But don't worry, I'm not going to leave you hanging. I'm also going to give you 2 powerful, delicious fruits that you absolutely should be eating instead. So, grab a notepad and let's get into it. The first fruit on our avoid list is the humble pear. Now, I know pears are delicious and they're often touted as a healthy choice, but here's the problem. Pears, especially the skin, contain a significant amount of a flavonoid called quercetin. Quercetin is a powerful antioxidant and it has some great health benefits, but it also has a little secret. Studies have shown that in some forms and at high doses, it can inhibit an enzyme called 3-beta-HSD. This is a crucial enzyme in the process of creating testosterone. Think of it like a roadblock on your body's testosterone factory line. It doesn't stop it completely, but it can slow it down. Most people aren't aware of the quercetin issue because it's paired with so many genuine health benefits. The good news is that quercetin needs to be consumed at relatively high levels to significantly impact testosterone production. Occasional pear consumption isn't a major concern. However, if you're eating pears every single day, particularly as a convenient snack or as part of a juice, you might be unintentionally hindering your body's natural testosterone production. Now, if pears seem problematic, get ready for this one. I know this hurts. Avocados are everywhere. They're in salads, on toast, you name it. They're full of healthy fats, and everyone says they're great for you. And yes, they are in many ways. But avocados also contain high levels of plant sterols and fats that can mess with your cholesterol. This is a bit of a nuanced point, so bear with me. Your body uses cholesterol as the precursor to make all of your steroid hormones, including testosterone. The cholesterol in avocados can sometimes compete with the pathways your body uses to create testosterone. The relationship between avocado consumption and testosterone production is more complex than many people realize. Avocados contain approximately 12 g of fat per 100 grams, with the majority being monounsaturated fats that are genuinely heart healthy. They're also rich in vitamin E, potassium, and folate, all of which play important roles in overall health and longevity. However, the specific type and structure of fats in avocados can interfere with how your body manages cholesterol utilization at the hormonal level. On top of that, avocados also have some compounds that can increase the activity of the enzyme aromatase, which converts testosterone into estrogen. Aromatase is present throughout the body, particularly in fat tissue, and its activity increases with age and excess body fat. When aromatase activity is elevated, whether from avocado consumption, obesity, or other factors, your body becomes increasingly efficient at converting the testosterone you do produce into estrogen. So while you're eating those healthy fats, you might be accidentally encouraging your body to turn your precious testosterone into something you don't need more of. The irony is that avocados have become synonymous with modern healthy eating, particularly among fitness enthusiasts and those following trendy diets. One avocado can contain around 240 calories and significant nutrient density, making it seem like an ideal food choice. But from a testosterone perspective, moderation and awareness matter more than the hype suggests. Moving along, we come to the grapefruit. So we've covered a couple of fruits that work through indirect mechanisms, but now let's talk about one that has a more direct effect on your hormones. This is where things get interesting. Grapefruit, and particularly grapefruit juice, is known to have powerful effects on liver enzymes. It's so potent that doctors will often tell you not to drink it if you're on certain medications. Why? Because it can slow down the liver's ability to metabolize drugs, making them more powerful. This same effect can also impact your hormones. Grapefruit contains compounds called flavonoids, which are what give it this powerful effect on liver function. These compounds inhibit the cytochrome P450 enzyme system, which is responsible for metabolizing not just drugs, but also hormones in your body. The metabolic impact is significant enough that a single glass of grapefruit juice can affect drug interactions for up to 24 hours after consumption. Interestingly, the white grapefruit variety has less of this effect than the pink or red varieties, but all contain substantial amounts. The compounds in grapefruit can interfere with the breakdown of estrogen, meaning that it can stay in your body for longer. The result, higher estrogen levels, which, as we've already discussed, directly compete with testosterone. This isn't just about enzyme inhibition. It's about the practical consequence of having exogenous estrogen circulating in your system for extended periods. When estrogen isn't cleared efficiently, it accumulates and binds to estrogen receptors more readily. Additionally, grapefruit is approximately 88% water and contains only modest amounts of simple sugars compared to other citrus fruits, making it seem like a healthy, low-calorie choice. It's rich in vitamin C, provides about 2 grams of fiber per fruit, and contains compounds with documented anti-inflammatory properties. The contradiction here is compelling. A fruit that seems like one of the best choices nutritionally can actively harm your hormonal balance. So, while a glass of grapefruit juice might seem like a refreshing low-sugar choice, it could be doing more harm than good for your hormonal balance. The practical recommendation is to simply avoid it and choose other citrus options like oranges or lemons instead. Now let's shift gears a bit. While pears, avocados, and grapefruit have relatively straightforward mechanisms, strawberries are a bit more surprising. Strawberries are a favorite, and for good reason. They're sweet, juicy, and packed with vitamin C. Strawberries are also surprisingly low in calories at only 49 calories per 152 gallon cup, making them a favorite among those watching their weight. But strawberries, along with other berries, like blueberries and raspberries, are also high in something called anthocyanins. Anthocyanins are powerful antioxidants that give berries their deep red and blue colors. They're great for your heart and for fighting inflammation. Research has consistently shown that anthocyanins can reduce cardiovascular disease risk, improve blood flow, and support cognitive function. In fact, regular berry consumption is associated with longevity and reduced rates of age-related diseases. However, in some men, these compounds can slightly suppress the production of luteinizing hormone, or LH. LH is the hormone released from your brain that tells your testicles to produce testosterone. This suppression isn't dramatic or universal. It varies based on individual genetics, current testosterone levels, body composition, and overall health status. Some men experience a more pronounced effect than others. The mechanism involves anthocyanins' interaction with hormone signaling pathways in the hypothalamus and pituitary gland, the control centers for testosterone production. So by consuming a lot of these berries, you might be sending a quiet, confusing signal to your body's hormone-producing system. The challenge here is that berries are genuinely healthy foods with extensive scientific support for their benefits. They're not foods you should eliminate entirely, but rather foods where awareness and moderation are key. If you're eating a full pint of berries daily, you're likely overdoing it from a testosterone perspective. However, enjoying a handful a few times per week is unlikely to create significant hormonal disruption. And finally, we get to the classic banana. Last, but certainly not least, we come to the banana. Arguably the most consumed fruit on this entire list, bananas are a go-to for a quick energy boost. They're full of potassium and carbohydrates. They're affordable, convenient, portable, and suitable for all ages, making them one of the most universally consumed fruits globally. One medium banana provides about 422 milligallers of potassium, which is crucial for heart health, muscle function, and electrolyte balance. They're also rich in vitamin B6, which supports brain function and mood regulation, and contain resistant starch when slightly underripe, which can provide prebiotic benefits for your gut health. But bananas are also incredibly high in sugar, especially as they ripen. When you eat a banana, particularly a very ripe one with brown spots, your blood sugar spikes. This causes a rush of insulin, which can lead to a state of insulin resistance over time. The sugar content in a banana increases dramatically as it ripens. A green banana contains about 12 g of sugar, while a fully ripe banana can contain 17 to 18 g. This is because as bananas ripen, their starches convert to simple sugars. Here's where the testosterone problem becomes more pronounced. As your body struggles to manage these high insulin levels, your testosterone production can decrease. Chronically elevated insulin has been directly linked to lower testosterone levels in multiple clinical studies. The mechanism is complex, but involves insulin suppression of sex hormone-binding globulin SHBG, which would otherwise help regulate testosterone levels and insulin's negative effects on testicular function. Additionally, elevated insulin promotes fat storage, particularly around the midsection, and fat tissue contains aromatase, the enzyme that converts testosterone to estrogen. So you're dealing with a double hit. Insulin suppresses testosterone production, and the resulting fat storage then converts what testosterone remains into estrogen. Think of it like this. Your body gets so busy trying to manage the sugar load that it puts a less critical task like hormone production on the back burner. The metabolic burden of processing high sugar loads repeatedly throughout the day creates a hormonal environment that's hostile to testosterone production. So, while a banana might be convenient for a workout and does provide legitimate nutritional benefits, having them regularly throughout the day, especially multiple bananas daily, could be silently chipping away at your testosterone levels. Timing matters here. A banana immediately before intense exercise is far less problematic than snacking on them throughout the day, as exercise helps your muscles utilize glucose efficiently without triggering the same insulin resistance pathway. Now, I know that was a lot of information, and it might feel a little discouraging. Hearing that some of your favorite fruits might be working against your hormonal health can be difficult to process. But don't worry. I promised you 2 fruits you should be eating instead, and I'm going to give you those right now. These 2 fruits are not only delicious, but are also scientifically shown to support healthy testosterone levels. Let's start with a powerhouse. Pomegranates are full of antioxidants, and they're particularly rich in a compound called punolin. This single pomegranate compound is so potent that researchers have dedicated significant resources to studying its effects on health. Panacagon accounts for about 50% of the antioxidant activity in pomegranate juice, making pomegranates one of the most antioxidant-rich foods available. But here's the magic. Studies have shown that pomegranate juice can significantly lower a stress hormone called cortisol. When your cortisol levels are high, your testosterone levels go down. This is because your body's stress response is directly linked to its hormonal production. Your body operates under a principle of metabolic prioritization. When it perceives stress, it diverts resources toward immediate survival responses and away from long-term reproductive health, which is what testosterone supports. By lowering cortisol, pomegranate essentially creates a better environment for your body to produce testosterone. It's like clearing the path for the testosterone factory. The research supporting this is compelling. Clinical studies have shown that men who consumed pomegranate juice daily experienced cortisol reductions of up to 20-30% with corresponding improvements in mood, energy and sexual function. The effect isn't immediate. It typically takes 2 to 3 weeks of consistent consumption to see meaningful results, but it's measurable and reproducible. Pomegranates contain ellagic acid and other polyphenols that have anti-inflammatory properties, further supporting the hormonal environment. So, a glass of pomegranate juice or some fresh seeds in your salad can be a huge win for your hormonal health. The seeds themselves offer the added benefit of being low in sugar compared to the juice, so they might be the preferred option. Now, if pomegranate is the stress-busting superstar, pineapple is the anti-inflammatory champion. Pineapple is a fantastic choice for supporting testosterone. Why? It contains a powerful enzyme called bromelain. Bromelain is known for its anti-inflammatory properties and its ability to help with digestion. This enzyme is so effective at breaking down proteins that it's actually used commercially in meat tenderizers and has been studied for its therapeutic potential in reducing muscle soreness and speeding recovery from physical activity. But here's the best part. Studies have shown that bromelain can directly help your body maintain healthy testosterone levels. It does this by reducing inflammation in the body and by helping to regulate blood sugar. When you have lower inflammation and more stable blood sugar, your body is in a much better state to produce and utilize hormones effectively. The inflammation-reducing properties are particularly important because chronic inflammation is associated with reduced testosterone production across multiple research studies. Bromelain works by inhibiting inflammatory cytokines like tumor necrosis factor, alpha-TNF-alpha, and interleukin-6 IL-6, which directly interfere with testosterone synthesis when elevated. Plus, pineapple is a great source of vitamin C, which is essential for overall health and vitality. Vitamin C plays a critical role in cortisol metabolism and testosterone synthesis. 1 cup of pineapple chunks provides about 131% of your daily vitamin C needs. Additionally, pineapple contains manganese, which is essential for bone health and plays a role in sex hormone metabolism. The combination of bromelain's anti-inflammatory effects, vitamin C's hormonal support, and manganese's metabolic role makes pineapple uniquely beneficial for testosterone production. The practical advantage of pineapple is its versatility and broad appeal. Unlike pomegranate, which can be messy to eat and has a limited season in most regions, fresh pineapple is available year-round, affordable and enjoyable, both as a snack and as part of various dishes. So, a few slices of fresh pineapple after a meal can be a delicious way to support your body's testosterone production. The timing after a meal is actually beneficial because the carbohydrates in pineapple paired with protein and fat from your meal create a more stable blood sugar response than eating pineapple alone. So, there you have it, a comprehensive guide to navigating the world of fruit for a healthier, more vibrant you. This isn't about never eating these 5 fruits again. It's about being mindful and making informed choices. It's about understanding that everything you put into your body has an effect, and sometimes a seemingly healthy choice might be silently working against your goals. The reality is that food is incredibly nuanced. A fruit that's problematic from a testosterone perspective might be excellent for cardiovascular health or cancer prevention. This guide provides one lens through which to view these foods, but it's not the only consideration. Your overall health, genetics, lifestyle, exercise habits, sleep quality, and stress levels all play enormous roles in testosterone production. Fruits are just one piece of the puzzle. Start by eliminating or significantly reducing the 5 problematic fruits this week. Over the next 2 to 3 weeks, introduce pomegranate and pineapple into your diet regularly. Track how you feel, your energy levels, mood, workout performance, and overall vitality. I'm Dr. Sofia Carter from Senior Men's Health. If you found this information valuable, please share it with friends who might benefit. And as always, take care of yourselves and each